Hi, I'm back with another video and I'm going to apologise now for the noise of a fan behind me. It is really hot in England. Everyone seems to like Boku no Hero Academia, or Academia, I don't know how you pronounce it. You know what I'm talking about. My Hero Academia. Everyone seems to like it and I'm just that odd person that hates it. I do have valid reasons of hating it, so don't go ranting in the comments about how my taste in anime is shit. Hear me out. I don't like it for several reasons. The first reason is the pacing. I'm just going to quickly add, I didn't watch like 2 episodes and give up. I watched about 8 of the first series when it was still airing, and I just couldn't be bothered to watch the next episode when that aired. I pushed myself to carry on watching it because it's a good idea, but it just wasn't living up to my expectations and it was boring, as I expected better from it and it didn't meet that, and I'm very disappointed and I hate it. The first thing that I found wrong with it was the pacing, is that it took so long for the series to get anywhere, to go, oh, this is what this is about, oh, and this is the story, this is where it's going. It just seemed really badly paced, and it was like they were trying to drag out as much as they could over the course of the series. And I think by episode 8 he was in the school. That's something that I would have thought would have happened in about episode 2 or 3. This is nearly the end of the series because it's a 12 episode anime series. I'm not sure, it might be 13, but it's a small anime series. And for that much of it to be taken to get to the thing that the anime is about, the pacing's awful, and you can't blame me for hating it. And at this point I couldn't see what the storyline was, and that I was just watching something that was just so dragged out and so boring, and yeah, I got bored of it. I do get bored of anime really quickly if the story isn't clear enough after like 6 episodes. I will lose interest. It has to have some sort of story and it has to have decent pacing. It can't be so slow and so boring, because I will get bored and I will become uninterested and I will abandon it for some other anime series. And the next thing that bugs me is the characters in it as well. I don't particularly like any of the characters in My Hero Academia, or Academia. I can't pronounce it, excuse me. Like, none of them were likeable. Main character, he was annoying, he was just so cliche, he was such a cliche main character, and he didn't offer anything. He wasn't different from every other shonen character there is, except he was a bit more cliche and a bit more childish. And then you had the rival, the love interest, just cliche shonen characters, and they were nothing special. Nothing about them was like, oh, they're different, I enjoy them, or their personalities weren't so different that they were likeable. They were just so reused, like every other shonen character, that it was just like they're just a complete carbon copy of other shonen I've seen. So I couldn't like them. I found them annoying, especially the main character. I found he was quite whiny and he cried a lot, and I don't have issues with boys crying, but he just cried so much to the point that it's really fucking annoying. And then the next thing I hate about this anime is how cliche it is, how it's the whole main character is useless, but then something happens and he's given this extraordinary power and he aces it in like 2 seconds. I mean, yeah, he did train for like 2 days for it, but did he have any problem using it after that? No, he just used it, and he was really good at using it. There was none of that training. Like, if you watch Bleach, Ichigo's given this really great power, but can he use it straight away? No, not really. Like, he can, but he can't. He's training, and he does a lot of training throughout the series, and I like to see anime characters train and grow rather than just be given this power and bam, they can use it straight away and not have that development. It was lacking the development that it needed. And then it seemed like it was hopping on the bandwagon of One Punch Man. One Punch Man was extremely successful when that was released, and it's very good because it is very funny and it's different. And it seems like this anime was hopping onto that. It was like, oh, superheroes is the new big thing now. Oh, just, and whoever created it was just like, I'm gonna do the exact same and just put every fucking shonen cliche in it as possible, just to appeal to all of the shonen like watchers, like the 13-year-olds that love shonen. And that's what I feel like happened with this anime, is that it's like mass-produced mainstream shit that is anime, and makes people go, oh, mainstream anime is awful, because it is when it's produced this way. As well as like the whole cliches, like the whole rival cliches in there as well, and it's not different. There's nothing about their relationship as rivals that is different. Like you have Kill la Kill, Ryuko and Satsuki. Their rivalry is explained and it's developed on. Like Ryuko accuses Satsuki of killing her dad, and then you later find out that, I'm not going to say because it's going to spoil it, but it's developed on, and this isn't, they just hate each other, and there's no good reason why they hate each other. And the next thing is story. It seemed to lack a storyline, if that makes sense. It is just this kid who has no superpowers, or quirks, whatever it's called, but is then given one and then gets to go to this school. But there's no other storyline, like there's no bad guys after him. Or maybe there are, I didn't stick around long enough because it took them too long to get into it. They were sticking with shitty character development that wasn't character development, and there was no story development either. And it didn't seem to have a storyline. I mean, I know some anime don't have storylines, but they make that work. Like One Punch Man doesn't really have a storyline. It does, but it doesn't. It's kind of just, it's easy to watch. But the way this anime was selling itself for was something that would have a good storyline, something that was easy to see what was going on from early on. But they spent too much time setting it all up rather than going, oh, here's the storyline. It was too much setup, too much introduction sort of thing, if that makes sense. Don't get me wrong, I do like the idea. I do like superheroes. I do like the idea of a superhero school. But again, it's kind of jumping on the whole One Punch Man bandwagon, and it's not doing it in its own unique way. It's trying to be too mainstream. It's being like every other shonen, which some anime fans like. They like watching the same anime over and over again, or like the same sort of anime. Like if they like Bleach and Soul Reapers, they'll go watch something else with Soul Reapers, because that's what they know what they like, and they're fine with watching the same shit over and over again. And I'm not. I like to watch different things with different storylines, so it's unpredictable and enjoyable. So My Hero Academia, or Academia, I can't pronounce it. It's not the anime for me, and this anime is not going to be for everyone. It clearly is aimed towards a very, very particular audience, which is very young anime fans. Like, I don't say very, very young, like 13-year-olds, young boys who really like anime. That's what it's aimed for. So it's not meant to have a good storyline, which is what I was expecting and what I think it needs. Doesn't have any of that, and it's just got so many cliches, because they know that if they put these cliches in, they use the same characters that have been used in other shonen anime, that it will be watched and it will be enjoyed. So they're not gambling with whether this anime will be enjoyed or not. They're just like, okay, that it will be liked because it's going to be mainstream, and it's going to be like every other mainstream anime out there. That's what I think is wrong with it, is it's so cliche and so copying everything else. So I mean, it's just this is my opinion. I don't like this anime. You can't hate me for having an opinion. So I don't like this anime. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, whatever. Anime is not going to be liked by everyone. So if you're a very butthurt fan, I'm sorry I have to break this to you, but not everyone is going to like it. Someone's going to hate your favourite anime, and you're just going to have to accept that. So you're going to have to accept my opinion. I don't like it, but I will accept your opinion on that you like it. Maybe that's your sort of anime. It's not my sort of anime. I'm sorry. I tried to like it. I really did. I watched 8 episodes. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Do you like Boku no Hero Academia? If you do, leave a comment below. If you don't, leave a comment below as well. And if you want to watch more anime content, subscribe to this channel, and bye.